It's the biggest drop of the century. We have all the DMs, all the leaks from the Groyper group chat, and we have no other to thank than Milo for it. Look at this. As a public service, I've created this browsable online version of the complete Nick Fuentes Inner Circle chat leak, running from June 2023 to October 2024. Let me know what you find. Full text search coming soon. And not only does it go back to 2023, but he's actually updated it. So it actually goes all the way back to 2021, I believe. Let's scroll to the bottom. January 9th, 2021. And the search feature is up and running. It's all working. We can view all the details and everything we could ever ask for to understand the inner workings of the Groyper movement. But it's not only that. Because of course, if I'm going to do a video on it, I've done a little bit of my own research and digging on some personalities within the Groyper movement, and the one I focused on the most was a character who goes by the name of Black Swan. Now there's key reasons why I decided to focus on Black Swan, because he's a crucial member of the Groyper movement. He's in Nick's inner circle, within the circle of the circle, close connections, best friends, best butt buddies you could ever ask for. Who's running this shit? I don't think you're really picking up on this yet, but the people who run AF Post are retarded. Oh, baby, right off the bat, we're getting some understandings of the behind the scenes. Because if you don't know this already, but Ali Alexander, or Ali Akbar, is the one who actually prioritizes and manages the AF Post account. But it's not just him. It's a bunch of other young, naive, young children, being boys or whatever of some kind. Hopefully. I mean, they might be, of the gender fluid type, if I could imagine, if Ollie's working with him, since Ollie is a known pedophile. But he's working with these young children, a man who's been exposed as collecting nudes from other young children and abusing them. It's crazy. He's already still has a connection. He has an entire team of Groypers working with him to operate the AF Post account. And it's all thanks to Black Swan for this. You fucking genius. You brilliant individual. But it's not just that. Because this whole thing that I'm going through right now, this chat log where I started, was August 8th. August 8th. The day Nick Fuentes declared Groyper War 2. I had to pick some sort of date to start with. I'm not going to start from the bottom or the top. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm like, what's a good date to look at their chat log? Well, it's the day Nick declares Groyper War 2. And what else does Black Swan have to talk about during Groyper War 2? I wore the chrome Ferragamos with my trench coat to AF Pack 4. Nick called me Neo. So, Black Swan came into his trench coat, like some of these bozos right here, showed up in his trench coat wearing what? Chrome Ferragamos? Well, I did some research, and I found my chrome Ferragamos right here, Ferragamos silver, and they're women's slippers. Black Swan showed up in his trench coat while wearing women slippers. And Nick's like, bro, you look so masculine. Look like Neo, a real Chad in your women's slippers. It's ridiculous, but we're not through yet. There's so much more content to go through. Black Swan. Groyper General is really more of a babysitting role than anything. So, see, we're getting really behind the scenes details from Black Swan, Nick's best butt buddy in the world, where he's just like, yeah, you know, those people that stream on cozy.gov and do all these videos and engage with all the Groypers, yeah, they're just tard wranglers. They're really just a bunch of tard wrangling retards that we put on the scene and throw shekels and pennies at so they can deal with all of the harassment and abuse from the young little boys. Just publicly admitting it. Yeah, I think all of them, every single other streamer besides Nick, are complete worthless scum. The Groyper General is a completely Groyper farce. But here, everyone follow or you're disloyal. No affiliation with Michael Morris. Who is it? Who? Damn. Not Michael Voris. Okay. Double damn. What does this mean? Why is this important? Why does everyone have to follow this account that is apparently not Michael Voris? Well, let's take a look at this account. Vortex right here. Vortex Vision FX. And look at that. Nick follows it. And if Nick's following it, we know it's important because Nick follows a very limited amount of people. So it's obviously an important enough count that only has what? A mere 676 followers. But it's so important that Nick follows his account because he's choosing to. Out of his other less than 500 followers, he's like, I have to follow his account. Well, let's get into Michael Voris. Who is the Michael Voris? Oh, here he is. Oh, he has a nice little Wikipedia. Gary Michael Voris is an American Catholic author. Oh, okay, so he's Catholic. He's a Catholic man. He's important because he's an author, speaker, and apologist. Voris was the president of St. Michael's Media, a Christian right-wing outlet he founded to produce catechetical and news videos and articles on the website Church Militant. In November of 2023, Voris was asked to resign as president by the board of directors for his own company, his own organization he started, due to Voris breaching the Church Militant morality clause. Behavior later reported as having sent unsolicited shirtless selfies to male staffers. So it's such an important account, and he has a good connection with Nick Fuentes, and he's also a raging homosexual. He hates the straights. He's anti-straight. He's super duper unstraight. Then he's in the inner circle of Nick Fuentes. He's a dedicated follower. Not only that, but he's successful. He's elderly. He's 61 years old. He has a lot of fucking money. So not only is he a top follower, a main contributor, but he's also a major donator to Nick Fuentes and America First. And we have this information because Black Swan had to come in and be like, oh yeah, guys, who is this? Who is this? No affiliation to Michael Voris. Not Michael Voris, I swear, guys. I'm just telling you it's not him, but Nick's following him, and he has a known homosexual past. It's just so crazy. All the details, all the facts from this brilliant young genius known as Black Swan. Oh, so great. So gorgeous of Black Swan to give us all these in-depth details about Nick's inner relationship with different donators and people that we didn't have any clue about until Milo released all of these. We got more, though. Carolyn loves short brown Groypers. Black Swan replying, and me. Black Swan loves them a little bit darker and a little bit shorter and a little bit more manly than the average male out there. So he's just like, oh, wow, our movement is collecting all these young, brown, confused young men into our movement that's being funded by multi-millionaire homosexuals. Oh boy, Black Swan, you fucking fool. James Walther goes to my church. I met him once. He told me his name, and I had a moment of, oh, hello. Oh, hello, James Walther. Now, who is James Walther? Why is he important here? He's not like incredibly important, but he was a funny character. He was a funny character. We got his Twitter here. Nothing too great. 142, 145. Started 2 years ago. Hopefully he's getting rid of all the bots if he's that low. He's got a link tree here. What is this? Catholic intimacy? Sensitive content. Ooh. Fostering virtuous and fulfilling marriage, marital romance, and love. Oh, he's a love coach. He's the love doctor for the Catholic Church. Sex coach. Just saying it right there. Just sex coach. Not just like having a happy marriage, a successful, productive marriage, fulfilling the different roles within your relationship. No, it's just, I'm a fucking sex coach. I'm gonna teach you how to make her fucking cum. But it's not only that. It's not only that with James Walther, because there was a bit of a scandal. A little bit of a scandal back in the day here. In the Archdiocese of St. Louis, Missouri, the church that Black Swan did go to, under the guidance of His Excellency, blah, 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 under the direction of Ray, blah, 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 there is a scandal going on. A couple, James and Megan Walther, members of the mentioned parish, opened an online traditional Catholic sex shop last November. The couple enjoys the good grace of Can Cogshaw. So, the people that... Black Swan is already a sick, disgusting pervert that pervs on young, short, brown Groypers. But he's also has a thing with his parish and people around with him being rather degenerate and disgusting. But it's okay, because Black Swan opposed this. He's just like, they are bad, they got kicked out of the church or something like that. We oppose them. I disagree with them, because Black Swan's not straight. Why would Black Swan support a man trying to have a healthy relationship within the Catholic Church and Catholic couples? Because they do have some problems there. Because he's gay. And how do we know he's gay? Well, he states it here himself. We got Big Bang Theory Sheldon thirst traps before GTA 4. Wait. Sheldon. Men. We're talking a man here. A grown adult man that this Groyper, Twitter sucks, is thirsting after. And Black Swan comes in. Better than young Sheldon thirst traps. So here's he admitting he has the hots for the unfunny comedic show where it stars a young Sheldon playing the role of a 12-year-old. Like, for real here, Black Swan. You're just publicly admitting you're a disgusting pervert and pedophile. You're no better than Vosh and lolicon enthusiasts. But it's a bit worse, because you're perving over a person who's playing as a child but a real person. You see what's wrong here? You have a thing for young geniuses, and you're collecting so-called young geniuses within your inner sphere of the Groyper movement, just so you can perv on them, just like you do on young Sheldon. You probably masturbate to that show. You don't actually laugh, you don't find it entertaining, you just find young Sheldon very attractive and appealing. Okay, dude. This is literally him tweeting a handy clip. We have Sean Hannity on our side, and you're blackpilling? We have Sean Hannity shitting on Trump, saying Trump bad, Trump this, Trump's not good for the country, he's literally Hitler, complain. And you're like, that's a good thing, the mainstream media is agreeing with us. Are you fucking stupid? Everyone disagrees with the mainstream media. Nobody trusts them these days, and yet you're sitting here like, yeah, we got Sean Hannity on our side, woo, great. I'm hearing inside basketball that Ollie was raped by Chris Tyson, and that's what started the cycle of abuse. Like a gay pedophile vampire, we need to stop Chris Tyson to end the chain. So here we have Black Swan, the man who admitted to being attracted to young Sheldon, talking about how a member of the inner circle of the gaping young boy groping cult actually did abuse young kids. He said it right here, started the cycle of abuse. He's admitting it, and he's just like, wow, this was really true, this is awesome. But he's like, we need to stop it. It's all just a joke, guys. We're having fun with it. It's like it's a vampire abuse. Well, you know what, Black Swan? I really don't find pedophilia very funny. In fact, I find it disgusting, deplorable, and pathetic. It's just real sickening with these freaks. And he's coming out here admitting it finally. Yes, Ollie did abuse young boys, and yes, he was part of our movement, and yes, he's still within our movement. But there's more. Lots of political guys paying attention tonight. This is the night Nick was officially declaring Groyper War on like August 10th. This is like when the president addresses the nation on live TV. He's streaming right now! This is being seen as a decision point for Trump campaign. If he ignores Nick, it's all over. It's all over if he ignores Nick. He just won the presidency. I guess it wasn't all over. Why would you ping him? See, that's the issue. That's why Black Swan's mad. Edward Sazal pinged Nick in this. My bad. Figured he'd want to know. He. Yeah, just one of the most important streams he's probably ever done, and you ping him right now? Call him while you're at it. Call him? What is Black Swan implying that Edward Sazal has Nick's phone number and has a connection with Nick personally on a personal level? Well, who is Edward Sazal? Who might this man be? We'll go to his Twitter. Edward Sazal, host, The Agenda on X. Producer, died suddenly. Christ is king. Not bad, close to 10K, but what is died suddenly? Oh. A large movement. So here we now have another top donator for Nick Fuentes and his movement being doxxed and identified by Black Swan as being a deep role within the evil white supremacist Hilarion Catholic movement. Gorgeous stuff. How could they be so dumb? First they do it for Michael Vortex, and now it's Voris or whatever, and now they're doing it for Edward Sazal. Maybe Edward shouldn't have used his real name in that chat, and at least used an alt like Michael did. Oh, it's so great. Everything Black Swan does, it's just fucking stupid. He's such an idiot. He gives us all the details. I'm just like, I don't know who Edward Sazal is, but now I do, and now I know he's rather important. Another one. I want us to be a good influencer on him. That's probably a terrible idea to try and bring Destiny's Son into our circle. LOL. So again, they're admitting once again that they're perving on young, naive boys. Destiny's Son, I believe, is like 16 years old or something like that. And this goes all the way back in August. So who knows how long this has been going on, because they publicly admitted it recently here. I made a tweet about it. Right here. Days without Groypers preying on children. And we have Nick Fuentes updates. Even Destiny's Son is getting in on this. So they're just stalking his every move, trying to convince him, yeah, boy, just join the young Groyper movement. Trust us, we're all good people here. We have Michael Voris, who is known for soliciting nudes to children. Great. Absolutely wonderful. Perfect movement that Destiny, I'm sure, would love his son to get involved in, let alone disagreeing with you on political things, but clearly you're a sexual predator who loves young Sheldon. He's going to counterdox my tramp stamp. So here's Black Swan bitching about Milo fucking with him and messing up his life and doing all these things, and he admits here that he has a tramp stamp. If you're really celibate or an incel, why would you have a tramp stamp? What's the purpose of Black Swan to even have a tattoo on the back of his ass? Is it because Nick pummels his booty every night and he likes seeing the big AF logo right there? Just right there on his back? We need Kai back to bring all the warring factions together so we can all shit on him. Oh, Black Swan just admitting again. All these people who are doing the heavy lifting, heavy work, being the front face of our movement, being the streamers, entertaining the audience. Yeah, they're all pieces of shit. I don't give a fuck about them. He's the real inner circle. He's the real connection, Nick, which is why he knows all of the real details and facts about the things happening behind the scene. Got another one here. Oh, rain messing up this. It's okay, we're almost done. I know that. Oh my god. Boop, boop, boo. Tim is not that bright. Chuck Johnson. Interesting. Chuck Johnson. You mean Carlisle? Chuck Johnson? I mean, what is it? Charles Carlisle Johnson? The man who's identified as a federal informant. And here we have, way back in the beginning of August, Nick's movement talking about how they have a relationship with him and they engage with him. I mean, it's not surprising, but it's definitely earlier than when Chuck publicly admitted it on August 24th. This is before that. This is early August. So who knows how far back Nick has actually been talking and engaging with the known federal informant. But there's more in there that I found rather entertaining. Black Swan seething. I can't get over this. That people... oh my gosh. That people live day to day with this perception of me that you like young Sheldon and wear women's booties. It's crazy how confidential people say stuff that's untrue as if I were there. Dominus blah 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 chat. And the raindrops are fucking it all up. Fucking it all up. Black Swan, he talks too much. He's like the New Jersey brash type, blah blah blah, spamming group chats, talking about whoever's talking shit about Black Swan. And he be grooming. Oh! People do shit like this about me unironically. Well, unironically, Black Swan, I've learned a lot about you. That your parents have a tomato garden and that you are both Italian on both sides. Italian. Probably Southern Italian. Sicilian. But also that apparently we're not living in Missouri anymore. In fact, you find a place called Louisiana really beautiful and gorgeous, and you spend a lot of time there. You probably said a little too much in these chats, buddy. And that you be grooming. So, he admits to grooming, he admits to wearing women's clothing, and he admits that he has the hots for young Sheldon. But more importantly, he admits that Ali Alexander's abuse was true. That Ali Allah Akbar really did the things they did, and he justifies it and defends it and says, we need to save Ali. We need to make America great again by saving the pedophile. Brilliant. Brilliant. Drop Trump, betray Trump, but defend pedophilia. Wonderful movement. Excellent cult. And there's so much more here. That was just like a few days I went through, and I just entirely focused on things Black Swan was saying. But that's the issue with this whole thing here. That, Milo's website, it's good. I really appreciate the work he's done, but it needs to be better. The search feature is shit. It's absolute trash. Like, if we just search, children. as my hands are all fucked and cold. You know, it sits there and it loads and loads. It'll get the results in eventually, but it won't actually directly take you to the portion within the text. So it'll find the page, you'll click on the page, and then you have to search the word. And I find that rather problematic. But there's this certain piece of technology that is perfect and was designed and developed for the purpose of dealing with large, cumbersome amounts of data. And it's known as Python. And I've actually been working on a tool to parse through the information on Milo's website so that it's easier to find all of the details and direct chats and be directly linked to those chats on the swing of a dime. So pay attention to another video coming out here where I'll go through explaining the code, how it works, how to set it up, and how to use it. But for the time being, this is part 1 of the Black Swan files, and I've been the King's Fool, and I hope you all have a good one.